Hi friends, welcome to Techie Tour Info. Today we are going to see about a small program in Arduino, the basic programs and how to initialize. So if you know C, Arduino is similar to that. And today what is the aim of the program is I'm going to declare one pin as output and one pin as input. Whatever the input pin is set to, same thing output pin should have. That means if input pin is high, output pin should be high. If input pin is low, the output pin should be low. So that is the aim of the program. So by default, when you open file new, you'll get like this. And here you see void setup and void loop. Void setup is for you want to initialize the pin modes, right? Which is input, which is output. You want to initialize, then that is setup pin. And void loop is where you write actual program. Okay. So before this, we have to initialize some value. So I'm writing here integer LED pin equal to 13. So first output I'm initializing, declaring the data for particular pin number. So pin 13 is usually LED pin in Arduino. So I'm declaring the integer because 13 is a whole number. Then I'm putting integer. I need to declare some input pin, right? LED is output pin, so I need an input pin also. So input pin equal to 8. And then I need some variable to write in the program. So I'm declaring integer x equal to 0. You can initialize to any variable you can use. And void setup, I'm removing the comment. What I said, void setup, you're initializing which pin is output, which pin is input. So here we are only saying LED pin is 13, input pin equal to 8. So LED pin means this is a variable. So it's a variable assigned with 13. Input pin means it's a variable assigned to pin 8. But we didn't say that is the input pin or the LED pin. It's only still a variable. In void setup only, we have to make it that as output pin and input pin. By what command? By command called pin mode. Right. So this in case of Arduino, it is going to be camel case. That means you'll have lower case and upper case together. So pin will be in small, M will be in capital, like that. So is a pin mode of LED pin, comma output. Okay. Then pin mode of input pin, comma as input. So here only I'm making LED pin. That means 13 is declared as output, and the input pin, that is 8, is declared as input. So here only we are officially saying that it is an input and output. Then comes the your main program here, void loop. Here we are going to tell that x, we assume that is a variable x is equal to, you are going to read from the input pin. So digital read, that's a command is digital read, because your read input number 8 is a digital pin. So we are putting digital read. So digital read of input pin. Then digital write of LED pin is an output pin, right? Comma x. Okay, so I'm reading digital read means I'm reading the what is the input pin status, high or low. So it will read and store in x. It will be stored in x. So digital write means I'm writing the value of x, whether high. If x is high, I'm writing that high value to LED pin. So if it is low, x is low, then LED pin will go low. That's the aim of the program, right? Whatever the input pin status, that should be the output. So I'm reading that in x. What is the input pin's status, whether high or low? That will be in x. So that x I'm passing on to LED pin. So digital write LED pin, comma x means what is the status of x will be there in LED pin. Okay, so this is a simple program to run the your Arduino one. Okay, so void setup is for setting up this input or output, and loop is where while loop is where you actually write the programs. Here it should be capital output. This is input. And in this case, I said it's before camel case, so we have to make R capital and here W capital. So output input should be capital and digital this should be camel case. That means digital will be small and R should be capital. Digital should be small, W should be capital. So that's why we say camel case. So I'm just purposely making the error so you'll be understanding the error is there. So done compiling, there's no error. So the main we have to be careful with the camel case. In Arduino, there is a camel case because you can see here M is only capital, others are small. Here only M is capital, others are small. Output and input should be declared as capital. Then digital read all are small except R. In digital write all are small except W. Like this you'll have seen Arduino, it's called camel case, and that's why I want to put the error and then make you to understand this. Thank you very much for listening.